Good morning, Professor.
Morning.
Welcome on behalf of the Regional Center for International Debates in Toruniu and the Academy of Social and Media Culture in Toruniu. I am very pleased to welcome a special guest from the University of Santo Tomas in Manila, Philippines. Professor Joselito Zulueta represents the oldest university in Southeast Asia.
Thank you. Good morning.
Can you introduce yourself in a few words?
Yeah. Well, I am Joselito Zulueta. I'm a faculty member of the Department of Journalism and Communication of the University of Santo Tomas in Manila. I am also a practicing journalist. I've been a veteran journalist since 1986.
Is this your first visit to Poland?
Yes, this is my first time.
What are your impressions of your visit to Poland? What do you think about Poland?
Well, even before my visit, and even before the establishment of these diplomatic relations between the Philippines and Poland, there have been cultural relations, people-to-people relations between Poland and the Philippines. Back in the Spanish colonial period, there have been Polish missionaries, members of the major religious orders who evangelized the Philippines, no? And these major religious orders would be responsible for the Philippines being a majority Catholic country, no? The percentage of Catholics in our country would be the same as the percentage of Catholics in Poland, and there are very many. But of course, the Filipinos are very familiar with Poland because of Pope John Paul II. Pope John Paul II visited the Philippines twice, as Pope, 1981 and 1995. And in fact, on both occasions, Pope John Paul II also addressed the youth in our campus, because our campus would be the Pontifical University. Before that, of course, as Archbishop of Krakow, he had a side trip to he had a layover in Manila on the way to Vietnam, I think. And while waiting for his flight to Vietnam, he went out of the airport to say Mass at the Redemptorist Church in Baclaran, which is very quite near the airport. And the Redemptorist Church in Baclaran is famous for its shrine of Mother of Perpetual Help. And this, to some extent, would be a connection between us Filipinos and at the same time with the Academy of Media and Culture in Torun. And of course, we know of Poland because of arts and culture, especially the music of Frédéric Chopin. Filipinos love music. In fact, the dean of our Conservatory of Music in Santo Tomas in Manila is a well-known pianist, and his expertise is on Chopin.
What do you think about the city of Torun?
My friend said that the city of Torun would be the hidden gem of Europe. No, this is my first time to be in Poland. My first time to be in Torun. I've been to Rome. I've been to Madrid, and I find Torun giving off, imbibing. I've been able to imbibe the spirit of old Europe in Torun. It's quite a discovery for me. I'm very happy to have been in Torun. This is my first time, as I told you, and I'm able to appreciate the Catholic heritage of Europe, the Catholic heritage of Western civilization through Torun, because there are many Catholics, and of course it's a university town. So I'm pretty much at home in Torun, which is a university center.
Your visit to Poland takes place thanks to the Erasmus Plus program. What do you think about that program?
The Erasmus Plus program has been very beneficial for both the Academy of Media and Culture of Torun and the Pontifical University of Santo Tomas. I've been, as I told you, I'm a journalism professor, and some of my former students took up their masters through the Erasmus program. by obtaining Erasmus scholarships. But of course, this Erasmus Plus program is different from that. No, it's basically a faculty exchange program. It's some sort of an inter-academic, intercultural exchange program. And this has allowed the faculty of the Academy of Media and Culture of Toruniu, and of course, the Department of Journalism and Communication of the University of Santo Tomas to exchange ideas, to exchange the best practices. And we've been very, very happy about this program.
For many years, the University of Santo Tomas in Manila and the Academy of Social and Media Culture in Toruniu have been cooperating in the field of academic exchange, joint research, publications, and participation in conferences. How do you evaluate the level of cooperations with the University of Toruniu?
The level of cooperation has been very, very high. You know, I'm very, very happy that when I was informed about this exchange program by our professor emeritus in philosophy, he's a philosopher, a well-known Oriental philosopher, and he would be conducting conferences with other departments of philosophy of other universities, other colleges, and he's been a lecturer, a guest speaker of certain programs of the Congregation of Evangelization of Peoples, the Propaganda Fidei of Rome. No? This would be the school for missionary priests, and this missionary priests would be, of course, will have to conduct intercultural, interreligious dialogue with other peoples, with other cultures. And this started the program. He told me that the Academy of Media and Culture of Toruniu would like to establish a connection between the Academy and the Pontifical University. And this program has been sustained by the Erasmus Plus program. We're very, very happy that the Erasmus Plus program is fostering such exchanges, no, between Europe and Asia, between the old world and the new world, no, so-called, no, between universities that between these institutions of higher education, in order to exchange ideas and exchange best practices.
One of the most serious problems of our times is the war in Ukraine. Poland has accepted many refugees. What is the Filipino point of view on the ongoing aggression by Russian troops on Ukrainian territory?
Well, it's quite where the Filipinos are very, very much concerned. In fact, we have joined Pope Francis in the call for prayer for peace, no, to bring the two combatants, the two nations together, Russia and Ukraine, for them to talk peace. And I think every nation in the world, the international community, should prod these two nations, these two countries, to come together and talk peace. No, there have been fears expressed that this may trigger another world war, no, a wider conflict, and we fear the escalation of conflict. And the Philippines, no, which suffered during the last war, the same with Poland, no, which suffered greatly during the war. These two nations have to come together in prayer and in coming up with initiatives to bring the two countries together. Like Warsaw, Manila was the most destroyed city during the Second World War. And these two nations, Poland and Philippines, have been through war. No? They've seen the destruction, the savagery of war. And we hope that Russia, because Russia would be the dominant player here, we hope that Russia, Mr. Putin, would consider or heed the appeal of the international community, especially their friends in Poland and in the Philippines, to heed their call, to come to terms with the Ukrainians, and then for the two sides to talk peace and settle the matter peacefully.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.